What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BWT. Today, we're going to talk about the Cardinals, free agents, who they should sign. Quick recap of their season in um, 2023 and who I think they should sign, who they've already signed because some deals are already starting to go. Um, But before we do that, make sure you guys are liking this video, share it to any fans of the Cardinals that you know, any baseball fans. Leave a comment down below, um, and make sure you guys tuning in to all the other shows on the network. We've got RBO with Vaughn. We've got CTC. We've got um, BWT. We've got Dave's Doghouse. We got the Joe Jordan Show. We got In the Red Corner. Um, and of course the main show R2L. We keep you guys covered on all sports, boxing, college football, college basketball, MLB, NFL, NBA, even boxing and combat sports as well. If you guys want to become a part of the chats on Instagram, make sure you guys are clicking the link in the description to become a member, and you can go on and join one of those chats like that. Um, and make sure you guys are hitting that sub button, right? So you don't miss the newest video on the network. Uh, the Cardinals finished fifth in the NL Central, which was to me one of the biggest disappointments of the MLB last season. I predicted them to finish top two in this division, um, especially with the team that they have. They had a very, I wouldn't say star-studded, but they have proven guys in their lineup and a good supporting cast, right? You got Lars Nootbaar, who made a name for himself out in the World Baseball Classic playing for Team Japan. He was coming off that high of winning the World Baseball Classic. Jordan Walker coming into the season was in talks for the National League Rookie of the Year. He got sent up and down a couple times, but he figured it out. He had an okay season. He batted 276 with 16 home runs and 51 RBIs with 7 stolen bases. So that's not terrible, but you definitely want more out of your starting right fielder. They have Tommy Edman out in center, Lars Nootbaar left, and then they got Nolan Arenado. He batted 266, 26 home runs, 93 RBIs, which isn't terrible. The one thing that really surprised me this year was that he was not nominated for a gold glove. That guy has won endless amount of gold gloves and platinum gloves, right? Um, so that was very, very surprising for me because he's one of the smoothest guys out of all positions, right? If you look up how to play defense and you play the infield, make sure you guys are tuning into Nolan Arenado. The plays that he makes are ridiculous. Um, Barehanded with the glove, going to his left, going to his right, coming in on the ball, making sure he gets the right reads and all that, and the way that he approaches everything. He had a conversation with Alex Rodriguez on, I think it was one of the Sunday Night Baseball segments, when they went out and he was fielding ground balls with him over at third. And the way that he approaches his ground balls in practice, I can see why he does the things that he does in game while the game's going like this. It just looks so smooth. You can tell he's had endless amounts of repetition over at third base, which is why he is one of the top defenders in this league. And then they just called up Mason Wynn at shortstop. If you guys didn't know about him, he was the one at the at the prospect game and the in the All-Star game when there was a routine ground ball to short, and he fielded it, took his little 1-2, and delivered a throw to first base that was over 100 miles per hour in game at short, and it was right at the first baseman's chest for the out. So he was able to collect his first hit last year of his career. That was when Pete Alonso got the ball at first base and he threw it into the stands, and he caught heat for that. Big misunderstanding at the time because he didn't really understand the situation. But I mean, I'm just gonna leave it at that. He's he's a big dummy. I'll tell you that much. Um, and then at second base, they have a hole that needs to be filled. Um, and at first base, they have Goldie, Paul Goldschmidt. He batted 268, 25 home runs with 80 RBIs. He's always top three, top five for MVP every year. He was in it until Ronald Acuna, Mookie Betts, and Matt Olson just had phenomenal seasons. Um, and you can't forget Freddie Freeman. I keep forgetting that Matt Olson wasn't even a top three nominee with the season that he had. It's just insane. Um, and then they are in their phase of trying to replace Yachty at the catching position. They went and got Wilson Contreras from the Cubs, in division rival. Um, so he's a very good defensive guy, and he provides some spark on offense. He just needs to be more consistent. He also has a brother in I believe, on the Brewers. So that's cool. That again is a in division rival. So to be playing against your brother that plays the same position as you in the same division, that's what dreams are made of, man. I know their parents are proud, super proud. Um, and I know if I was able to play against my brother on a team that I'm supposed to hate, it's just gonna motivate me to be even better. And I hope it does the same for him. So uh, I think that this year they bounced back, man. They hired Yachty to be an assistant on the staff. Um, I was saying that they needed to get rid of their rookie coach, Oliver Marmol. He was in the organization for a couple years before getting the manager position. Um, but last year it was really disappointing for his rookie year. They went 71 and 91 again to finish last in the NL Central when most people had them either making a deep run in the postseason, winning their division, or I know some people that even went on and picked them to win the National League outright. So that was just a huge disappointment on all aspects there. Um, I feel like they'll be able to bounce back and have a good season. Um, they're free agents going into the winter meetings, where Dakota Hudson is a pitcher. He went 6-3 on the season with a 4.98 ERA, 81.1 innings pitched with 45 Ks. They had another pitcher, Drew Verhagen. He went 5-1 with a 3.98 ERA, 61 innings pitched, and 60 strikeouts. And then they had their backup catcher, Andrew Neisner. He batted 241, 10 home runs, 31 RBIs. Um, Another pitcher, Jake Woodford, 2-3 on the season with a 6.23 ERA, 47.2 innings pitched, and 29 strikeouts. And yet another pitcher, Jacob Barnes, 0-1 on the season with a 5.93 ERA, 13.2 innings pitched, and 8 strikeouts on the season. Um, they need pitching. They need pitching. And if you guys have been keeping up with the signings that have been happening, they went out and got some starting pitching. They went out and got Sonny Gray from the Twins. They got Kyle Gibson from the Orioles, and they went out and got Lance Lynn from the Dodgers. Um, I'm iffy on this rotation. I really am iffy on this rotation because Lance Lynn, a guy that has given up the most home runs last year, Sonny Gray, the last time that he was expected to be good, um, he he caved, you know, and I I suffer from mental health issues. Um, so I know that that can play a big role in an athlete's performance. Um, but the last time that he was supposed to be good in New York, it was it took a toll on him and his mental health. So I'm hoping that um, he went and got the work that he needed to get to be able to go out and be the pitcher that he is. Um, Last year he pitched phenomenal. He was top three, I believe, in Cy Young for the American League, but Garrett Cole ran away with it because of the season that he had. But for him to even be top three, definitely high praise to him, and seeing him be able to come back from that little mental health break that he had and be able to perform the way that he did, I tip my cap to him. Nothing but respect to the guy. I just hope that he can come out and repeat his performance last year from the Twins so that it doesn't look like, oh damn, he gets in the bright lights and then he just like he just doesn't perform, right? Um I never want to see anybody not do good unless you play for the Boston Red Sox. Um uh but especially these mental health guys, because like I said myself, I suffer from mental health issues, and it's not to be taken lightly. um, so again, tip my cap to you, Sonny Gray. Hopefully you can have a good year next year on your new team. And Kyle Gibson from the Orioles, right? He he played a good role in their rotation up in Baltimore this year. um, I think that they go out and get a second baseman, right? And that second baseman that I think they go out and get is Elvis Andrews. I feel like he would be a very good piece for the Cardinals. He'll be able to mentor Mason Wynn, um, young shortstop. Elvis Andrews played shortstop until he just got older in age, and he'll be able to help this kid uh, develop his game and develop as a pro. Um, because there were times where Elvis Andrews he did not have good outings, right? If you remember that playoff game when Jose Batista threw the bat after hitting a home run, the big pimp job up in Toronto, that made the fans go insane. Elvis Andrews had, I believe it was two or three errors that led to the runners getting on base to even put Jose Bautista in that position. And for him to be able to still be out here playing at the age of, I believe he's 35, I feel like he'll be able to give that kid some lessons and help develop him on and off the field. And for the last guy that I think that they signed, Eddie Rosario, right? The Braves, I don't think they're going to re-sign him. And Eddie Rosario can be their fourth outfielder if they feel like it, because Edman, Walker, and Nootbaar play above average outfield defensively. But if you add Eddie Rosario to this lineup, you can put him between Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado. You go righty, lefty, righty. That can cause some damage to opposing pitching. And that will also be another veteran going into the clubhouse to give these young guys a boost and be able to help them get through their funks and get out of the rut that they were in last year, because nobody expected them to be as bad as they were last year. And I think Yadier Molina being brought onto the coaching staff is going to play a huge, huge role in their season next year. I believe that they will not end in fifth again. I believe they will be around second or third in this division in the NL Central, because they got the Cubs, they got the Brewers, they've got the Pirates, and who's that last team? 1 second. We got the Cubs, the Brewers, Pirates. Okay. Oh, and the Reds, Cincinnati Reds. Yeah, a lot of youth in this division. So if they go out and get the veterans, that'll give them an upper leg on the opposition. But that's all we've got for you guys today. I hope you guys are enjoying my off-season prediction videos. I know I took a little break. Like I said, I suffer from mental health, and mental health, it wasn't a good time for me, right? So I had taken a little break from making videos and stuff like that, but I am back. You'll be getting the rest of the NL Central later on this week. Make sure you guys are liking this video, commenting on this video, sharing it, hit that sub button so you don't miss another prediction video in the off season or any of the other shows in the network. RBO, Joe Jordan Show, CTC, BWT, Dave's Doghouse, Joe Jordan Show, In the Red Corner, and R2L, right? We appreciate all the love that we've been getting. I hope you guys are liking this content. Till next time, peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.